So 1 second. What was I gonna do? Oh yeah. Where are you at? It's better. It's better. It's all good. The hell just was that? What's the? I hate sometimes, bro. Shit fires me up, boys. Shit fires me up. It's gonna be a good day. It's gonna be a good day. Okay, cool. Sorry guys, I was getting everything kind of situated. Also, too, I think my phone and Future are having a pretty big sale right now on their starter plans. You can look in a second. But everyone had a good Easter though. Twitch account, yes. Okay, we're good to go. Sorry, I get the chat up. I was all over the place for a second, but we good. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. Yeah, let me make sure real quick. Sorry, I had this email from. They always email me when they have a big sale. This morning. Let us see. They do. They do. They do. They do. They do. Pretty dope. Post that later. Okay. Anyways, hope everyone's having a good one. Kind of opening up down at resistance right now. Got hour till market open though, so we'll see. But so far, you rejected this morning or last night. Sorry, not this morning. Last night, right off. Look at this rejection off your level. Pretty iconic. Key levels. We'll win again. You get that nice little gap down here. Market gaps down when we open up Sunday evening. Push right back into 1836. Reject right off of that, and you just step down all night. You had some news about China coming out as well. I mean, again, like you get random news that like the trade wars being situated, things look good. Like this fake news that they're pushing out to us. It's funny that our administration is totally just pushing out Fugazi to us. So that's I wouldn't trust anything that's coming out of the pretty much any news source until Trump gets in a speech and says it. But yeah, nuts. What's happening? So I see no real steps for a trade war, anything being situated. So it sucks. So this has been pretty interesting. I've also just consolidated here, making lower highs for a few days now. I mean, really, I'm going back to April 9th, but yeah. So you can see that as well. So we continue to just put in lower highs here. It doesn't look good, to be honest. So now the question is, do you start breaking? But you get rid of this. You can see you kind of have this like support here on 18K. You bounce here like 1, 2, 3 times. You're opening up this week here. I don't love it. Don't like it a lot. And then on top of this, you have semiconductors heading down. Nvidia, Huawei, news coming out of China about them trying to basically meet the demand for the chips that Nvidia can't give them. So bad news out of there. That's dipping. We already knew Apple looked bad underneath your key level. The rejection you had on Friday as well. Yeah, don't look great. I mean, you're below 2023 highs. Yeah, 2023 right there. 199 rejecting off of it. Trying to push down to 190. Pretty bad there. AVGO at 166. I mean, support around 162, and then you have another big support down there at 144. Might have a little bit of level in between there, but those have been the big levels that I've been focused on, so I can only speak on that. But yeah, I mean, so far, like I said, not the greatest the greatest market open. It's looking like right now. Okay. I'm trying to see if I missed anything. No questions. So no one has any questions, but it's a bunch of random Easter Pope stuff. Yeah, ES also. ES. I'm surprised you didn't get more of a drop last night. I mentioned this out there in Discord last night. I mean, you got a decent little drop. Yeah, I mentioned this in Discord. Look at the BRB you had too. Look at that. It's kind of funny. Yeah. Mentioned it here last night. Looking for the break below. You get the break, retest, push right back down. Pretty gross. So I mean, that's kind of the action you're getting right now. Nothing really fantastic at all, but want to see we get follow through. That was the struggle of last week, is overall lack of follow through from basically every angle of the market. There was zero follow through. So we got to start seeing sellers actually stepping into the market. That's been a huge problem lately. Sellers and buyers, just there's no continuation. I mean, you're making lower lows, but yeah, Dow getting below 39K. I'm pretty bearish below 39K, but yeah, that's where we're at right now. Next big level is 38.6 roughly. So kind of slow and steady here. Good morning, Ty. I was a bit late. Did you already hit up Nvidia? It's just breaking down below your level. Yeah. Below 104, been saying it's bearish. It's going down to 98, 96. I covered it over the weekend as well, so that's what I thought. Should I join Discord? You should do what you want to do, man. I'm never going to tell anyone to buy, do anything. So if you feel like you want to see what we're doing throughout the day, it might be for you. I will say if you're not available to get on in the mornings, it's not as much value you're going to get. I mean, you'll get like some watch lists and stuff. I'd probably wait for starter plan to open up. If that's what you're looking for. But if you're actually going to trade, apply yourself and, treat this like a full-time thing, I think Discord's a pretty good tool to have. But do what you got to do. Netflix. Sorry, my bad. I must have misread that. I don't know how I misread Nvidia from Netflix. That's on me. Nvidia, Netflix. Does look bad. I had earnings Thursday. Crap. So, but I mean, this kind of falls into like my golden rule of trading, like stocks. But I mean, yeah, big level right here, like basically 999, 1,000. But yeah, so I mean, if you don't know my golden rule when it comes to trading options or stocks, it's very simple. If futures are heading down and futures look bad, then I'm not trying to trade the upside. If futures are going up, I'm trying to trade the upside. I'm not trying to trade the downside. I follow the direction the market's moving, not the direction one stock is moving, typically. So that's my opinion. You do what you gotta do. Netflix looks good above 1,000. No, I will say that. What is your prediction for the SAP today? Lowest, highest? I should cover this. I have no idea. I don't know what the SAP is, to be honest. Couldn't even tell you. Maybe I just don't know the abbreviation. Yeah. Oh, man. Every time you yawn, I yawn. Dude, I'm telling you. I was telling Ali this morning we were talking about something. I was like, dude, I'm not gonna lie to Ali. I kind of hate waking up into these live streams. I kind of hate them. I am not gonna lie. I kind of hate them. Ugh, not a fan. Amazon I think it got its target lowered down to 190. I don't know. I think it's like 195 what they lowered it down to. Someone this morning. Yeah, Amazon big level here to 166, 167. I'll be watching that. Pretty weak. Any word on the negotiations on China, you can just watch, follow me on Twitter to get the updates. But there's no deal going to be made with China anytime soon. Been saying that for weeks. No deal, no deal, no deal. The China said, actually, we're making things tougher. America said, so are we. So are we. There's literally no signs of de-escalation. Apple doesn't fall from the tree. Yeah, Apple looks pretty bad as well. I don't have a lot of my levels down here. Need to actually go see Jay's levels, but biggest level I was watching was his 2023 high, which are now below. Another big level down here is going to be right here. That's going to be your big level, though. 180, 181. Like, talk about a monster level. Like, dude. Yeah. There's more levels in here, but I'll tell you right now, your two major levels I'd be watching out of the gate for downside. 188 point, like 189 basically, and then 180. That's it. Those 180 is huge. 180 is like such a massive level. I'm telling you right now, dude. I'm like, that's gonna be huge. If you get below 180, yikers. Good morning, brother. I played the bearish pennant on Thursday going into today. I don't know why you're yelling at me, Yomar. I don't even know what you're talking about. He's like, do you think this can be hit? I think anything is possible. So if you ask me something, if something can happen, anything is possible, right? Easter just happened. Jesus rose from the grave. Anything is possible. TSM, just dipping with the rest of the market. Good earnings, but again, they're just dipping. Again, what do we expect, guys? If the market is dipping, then our stock will also dip. 1 + 1 = 2. If the SPY is going down, then most of the names inside the SPY will also go down. Boom. Right. TSM also rejected off our key level of 158.3 once again, which we've had marked out here for months, I think. But yeah, so you will break below 147, look for 138. Trump versus Powell. Mike Tyson versus Muhammad Ali. Who wins? I don't know if you covered it, but what do you think? Your thoughts on Google? Google's a long-term name. It's definitely like I don't think you can buy any options on Google at all. Like as far as like long-dated options, maybe if you want to intraday trade it, do what you gotta do. But like, yeah, trading Google like short-term, death sentence. This is your 2021 high. You're back below it. Major level 151. So. Yeah, it's the biggest thing. One of the biggest things I'd be watching on a lot of these names, and like I would quick. It's really easy for you guys to do. So if you don't want to do the work, that's on you. I don't know. Is I'd be identifying where 2021 highs were, and I'd be watching how we're responding to them on a lot of these names. These are basically our previous all-time high before we just had this massive bull run. So if we start losing that level, it's concerning, right? Just like in 2022 when we were pulling back. Some of the major levels we were watching, like on SPY, were like, were we going to come back down into our COVID levels, right? That was like $1 million question for me, right? We never did. So we're actually breaking back below that previous high that we have there on some of these names. Very concerning. QQQ and SPY have not done that. However, QQQ got very close to that level. So we'll see. Jay's video on hedging long-term positions. I honestly haven't been home. Like I recorded all my videos for the weekend on like Friday, so I haven't even looked at. I think he posted yesterday, right? I was busy until like yesterday evening. Then I watched The Last of Us. I don't know if you guys have watched The Last of Us. I'm not gonna spoil it. Someone here might spoil it, so you might want to turn your chat off. But yeah, I played the game, so I already like know everything that's gonna happen. But the show just like. The show, like it's just not. I think people were mad that Pedro Pascal played Joel, and I'm fine with that. I thought he was a good Joel. Or is a good Joel, right? I think he's a fine Joel. I don't think that Ellie's character casting is that good. Like I don't think Abby's character. It's so tough, so tough. Can I get a SPY breakdown to 517? What do you mean? My key level is 518. It's my key level, 518. The whole casting of the show, like, it's just tough. Like, and I don't know. Granted, a lot of the people that popped off for like some of these roles, they popped off after the casting was done. The girl from Civil War would have been a really good actress for Ellie. If you guys watch the movie Civil War or Alien Romulus, it's the same girl. Same girl from that. She would have been a really good casting for Ellie. She might have been more money, though. But you know what? HBO likes to pay people, so. You know what is fun to go see? Is Sinners. I haven't watched Sinners yet. My brother went to go see it last night. Said it was really good. It was funny. He was watching Sinners, and I was at home watching. The Last of Us, and I was like, dude. He was like, don't tell me anything. I'm watching Sinners. I heard it's really good. I do want to see it. But yeah. Anyways, keep going. So we'll see Nvidia. Man, we'll see Nvidia's reaction down here. This could be gross. This could be pretty nasty. So, a few things here on Nvidia and just in general, right? So, really quick. Looking at the chart, I mean, this is still pretty concerning, right? So, you're opening back up at like your major level here. Basically, here, let me move it out of my head's way so you can see. So you have this SR flip you hit back here. You can see it clearly, right? 1, 2, 3, like an ascending triangle, cup and handle, whatever you want to call this. I don't know what you want to call this, right? I think it's a cup and handle, actually, right? Formed at your previous all-time highs here back in 2024, early 2024, right? At like $96, right? And then you broke up, it went crazy, you went berserk, you flipped this level, right? Looked great. Okay, so the problem here, this is the problem with this level for me, is you've already broke it. You've already tested it, right? So, for instance, like you tested it here, you found buyers, you made a lower high, you kept going higher. Perfect chart. Like, beautiful. Lick my fingers, barbecue chicken, right? Problem here is you've already broke it. You tested it, you found buyers, which was good. You rejected, you shot back down. So if you start losing this level again, you're in a pretty bad situation, like all things considered, right? And then the other thing to think about here, and this is the real problem with this that I don't think people are thinking about. So you're pushing. I mean, Nvidia, like some of these names have more room to go. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying they're already at lows. I'm not saying that, but some of these names are at lows. Like they're already back down. Like Apple has some ways to go. AVGO has some ways to go. Tesla's basically at lows. Meta's at lows. Microsoft, I mean, it's not there, but it can get there in a day. Like it really could. I'm trying to think of other concerning names. Like I'm just trying to go through the list. I can't. My brain's like just fogging up right now. But point is a lot of these names are pretty close back down to their lows. So, and the concern for me is Nvidia or Nasdaq is not there yet. I mean, Nasdaq still has. I mean, Nasdaq is still kind of holding support here, like 18.1, like. So, I'm trying to say that Nasdaq starts losing this. Let's say Nasdaq drops another 2,000 points back down to lows. Okay, hypothetically, right? You drop 2,000 points down to your lows. By the time you reach your lows again on Nasdaq, everything else will be past their previous lows. They will be, I don't want to say overperforming, basically outperforming Nasdaq to the downside. So let's say Nasdaq makes new lows, right? And this is why I kept saying that you don't need to be the first person in the market, because this happens. And this did happen in 2022. So it's just important to think about. So let's just say NASDAQ just goes down to your next level. Let's just hypothetically, right? You go down to 15.6, right? I think that's a conservative. Like if you break lows and that's the only place you go, that's conservative, to be totally honest, right? So let's say that in theory, I mean, that's only like another 1,000 point down from lows, right? You broke lows here, you dropped 3,000 points. So things to think about, right? So in theory, if that happened, like I have to wonder. I'm like, dude, I don't know where Nvidia finds a bottom. I really don't. Like, does Nvidia go down towards like 80, like 70, 80? Like, is that the bottom? Like, Apple, does it go down to 160, 150? Right? And so that's just like, then that's like where my brain starts spinning. I'm like, okay, well, where do we actually like find a bottom? Like, Amazon's already back at, this is the craziest. I'm telling you, Amazon's at lows too, basically. Yeah, basically already at lows. I mean, really consider this, and this is why I was just so cautious. This is why I was saying, like, guys, there's no reason to jump back in the market fast, right? Because you're back below, you're literally below 2020 COVID highs. That to me, that's on Amazon. That is insane. That is insane. If you break 166, I have to assume if you break 166. I think this would be a massive buying opportunity, to be totally honest. But like 148, 144 is where you're going. You'd have to assume. But I'm telling you, we are just nowhere near. We are just nowhere near a China deal. Like, and anyone saying, like, I would bookmark all the people that were saying like a China deal, like, and I wouldn't even say like they have no fundamental knowledge. It's just more of they're just like brain dead, like, saying that we were going to get a China deal. Anyone that thought we were going to get a China deal is crazy. Like, they're crazy. They're crazy. Every night I would go to sleep and I wake up and there's a new China restriction on the United States. That's like me going out, committing a crime every day and saying, guys, tomorrow, I promise, I'm going to turn myself in tomorrow. And I go to sleep, I commit a new crime. And I'm like, tomorrow, guys, I'm really considering it. Okay? Would I really be considering it? No, I'm not considering doing anything. I'm considering doing a crime the next day, doing the same shit, right? That's the concern. So yeah, Nvidia to 80. Do what you gotta do, man. You're at a major support. Same support you've been at for like pretty. You get below $95. You said little scalp to 80. What are you talking about? He said to 80. What are you talking about? He said just a little scalp. I'm just gonna scalp from $96, dude. He said a little $1 trillion market cap Ruski switcheroo. It's like what is nah? It's like 300 billion, but still, he's like a little 300 billion little switcherooski on the market cap. A little scalp, a little scalp. Sorry, Jacob. I gotta have fun. Little. Oh no, that was Boas. So yeah, pretty wild. But I mean, that's just where you're at right now. It's pretty. I don't know. I would at the very least I would bookmark those people because again, whenever they tell you something that they think is happening in the market, I wouldn't. At the very least, I would like flag them and be like, okay, maybe I shouldn't get their market opinion on a fundamental viewpoint because they have no idea what's happening. I mean, I'm telling you, like it took a fourth grader to realize that we were getting no China deal. Like, if we got a China deal, that'd be a miracle. Yeah, a quick Amazon scalp to 120. That's basically the equivalent. I'm like, what are we talking about? It's crazy. He said, "There's a little scalp, $98 to $80. That was wild. I'm new to trading. Oh no, Jacob, I wasn't talking about you. I was talking about I misread the prayer. It was Boas. I'm ass Pascal. I don't know, but I mean, actually decent trade for your Nvidia from to $98. I mean, 98, 96 is a big support. So, do I think Nvidia will drop below 95 today? I don't know, man. Do what you gotta do. I just talk about what I'm doing. I watch Nasdaq. If you don't understand futures or stuff, I would invest in learning in about futures and like how they move the market and what to look at there. But so far, you're opening. I mean, you're kind of opening retesting lows from Wednesday last week. We reject that. It's gonna be pretty bad. I think you're coming down to 17.9. After that, I don't have much like 17.75, 17.710. Pretty bad. Any thoughts on Microsoft? Looks pretty bad. Pretty bad. Nasdaq dropped 10% in a day. We also announced 40% tariffs on random countries. So, Boas, you're gonna get muted. You're gonna get the mute, buddy. You're gonna get the mute. He said we dropped 10% in one day on Nasdaq, but that was like, look how many times in history it's happened. I don't know why I wake up in a good mood and I get crazy statements. He said Nasdaq dropped 10%. What are you talking about? He said lightning strikes twice in the same month, same spot. Bitcoin is a decent hold, might be because MicroStrategy is trying to create a floor. Dude, I don't know, but I'm telling you right now. If Bitcoin starts to pull back to the downside, which Bitcoin's holding up, like talk about surprise of the year. Granted, you came down to our key level, like 74K, basically. Like, kudos, right? You found buyers, awesome. But I mean, I'm telling you, if Bitcoin rolls over, dude, you have some big problems. You're gonna, yeah. So, see you in a couple of weeks. I mean, in a couple of weeks, Nvidia could be below 180. You said scalp. I gotta meet this Boas guy. I'm sorry, I gotta meet him. He's hurting my head. Sorry. He went from scalp to a couple of weeks. Are you trading options today? If there's a good opportunity, good opportunity. I'm a sucker for it, right? I am a sucker for a great opportunity. I think Amazon's one of the more interesting plays on the downside today. Like for 166, 167. You know, as much downside as you wanted, but it's pretty good. Yeah. Start losing that, it's going to get really bad too. Sailor still buying. Sailor's hey. Sailor's that one friend that just be doing stupid shit, but somehow it works out sometimes. So, shout out to Sailor. What's the plan? Yeah, I don't know. I just listened to the video. I mean, I don't know how else to explain it. So, Discord links and buy if you want to get Discord link. Get access to the Discord, get all the information, the rundown, etc. So, do what you gotta do, man. Thoughts on Intel? Trash. I'm not even pulling it up. Trung Games, whatever your name is. Sorry, it's trash doc. I'm sorry. It's bad. No, don't care. Yeah, biggest watch in the day is going to be Nasdaq breaking and holding below basically 18.1. You hold below 18.1. I'm looking for the push out of 17.95 in a hurry. Should happen quick. And then after that, it's going to get a little choppy down to 17.7, but we'll see. Apple not finding any buying here. I'd be watching Apple here too to hold below lows from last week as well. Yeah, that's what you're watching for. If you can hold below these lows from last week, right there, like 192, you flip this, start pushing down, you'll hit 188, 189. So I'd be looking for there. AVGO just breaking straight down. Level here, number 165. We'll see how we act. Meta's going for it, huh? Yeah, Meta's a top watch too. Jesus Christ. Dude, what a bad looking chart. Meta's a big watch. Holy crap. Problem is going to be that you have some of these earnings coming up. Can actually go look. Let me pull up earnings. I don't think you have any big ones this week. You have Tesla this week? Some other trash. I'm not trading Tesla earnings. Don't even ask. Yeah, where's the monthly calendar? Where is the monthly calendar? No, it's not that one. Yeah, if you guys follow Earning Whispers on Twitter, they have pretty good earnings information. You can go to their website as well, but they post a good graphic here for the earnings on the month and then the week as well. Where's the month one? No, this is like banks. You can tell they're not adding all of them in there. Sorry. Did I miss it? I'd have missed it. Anyways, we'll just look at what's happening on this week. That's all that matters. So this week, just so you guys can see, you have Tesla tomorrow. It's a big one. Big-ish. It's not going to be a huge market mover. You have a lot of Dow names. I will say that. You have Google out there. What a random. They put Google on Thursday this week. I mean, Google's on this week, so I'd be watching that. Usually Google and Meta report like the same time period. So like that day between each other. So again, really weird this earnings, I will say. Super strange, but whatever. Appreciate you, Orlando. Sailor runs a Ponzi. Tesla earnings today, I believe. No, they're tomorrow, Tuesday after close. Tesla, no important company like Big Mag 7 name will ever report on a Monday or a Friday usually. Neither one of those. They're gonna report middle of the week. Unless it's like a holiday, it's a Thursday. That's like having a prime time NFL game and scheduling it on Thursday, right? That's like putting like the Bills versus the Chiefs on a Thursday night football. I mean, would it be cool? Maybe, but like it's just not gonna happen. You're gonna put that shit on Sunday or Monday night football, right? It's a prime time game. You're expecting max viewership. I think I answered everything so far. It's 8 o'clock. I need to do the rundown real quick. Let me do the rundown for Discord. Reminder too, if you're interested in Discord, link is there for you. If not, all good. Also to our futures trader who we use is there as well. Let's go through futures though real quick. You know what's beautiful though is when you have these key levels and there's a nice distance in between them. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing. Only problem is you are far from your view up right now. Ideally, you get a view up touch near open. I mean, in a perfect world, that's what happens. Is that gonna happen? Debatable. Yeah, I'm sick and tired. Oh, sorry. Whoops. I was coughing. My bad. Okay, so someone asked me about gold, GLD. Okay, so quick question. Quick answer. I don't think I don't think it's not a seasonal trade, but it's more of like you have to know when the opportunity is there for gold. Okay, all commodities, oil, gold, etc. I'll give you an example. I'll give you an example. So my dad's been like bugging me a lot lately about wanting to invest in this dip, which I told him I was like, it's a really good time to invest. And then like I just didn't know he'd like start like not obsessing over it, but he's really interested in it, right? I didn't think he'd be this interested. I was like, okay, cool, like cool. It's not a bad thing. It's just like I was shocked by the response, right? Anyways, so I think we like during this time period where the opportunity is stocks. Like if you buy the stocks, you forget about them, but like you're not gonna make the goal shouldn't be to make 500% returns. Just like make almost guaranteed money in the long term, like next year or two, right? It's better than yields, in my opinion. Okay, so with commodities, and I think if there is a commodity to buy, it's probably gold at this point, or to trade, right? I wouldn't say it's to buy. It's pretty risky. However, like he thinks oil's gonna go up. I'm like, dude, there's no point in trading oil right here, right now. It's just not a good time to trade oil, in my personal opinion, because our government is trying to keep oil prices down due to inflation, and yeah, so that's just what's happening. Okay, so I don't think it's a good time. So the same thing goes with commodities. It's like it's understanding when the opportunity is there. Okay, so he asked me about the gold ETF. I'm just gonna look at gold futures because that's what matters to me. So with gold, I'm gonna tell you guys exactly what I've done with trading gold recently. I have only traded it in the Asia session. I'm going to make that very clear. I have not Asian or London at nighttime basically, but like not during New York session. I have not touched gold once during New York's time. Letting you know that. Okay. But all I've done, the simplest of simple strategies, okay, is wait for all-time highs to break and then go long. I've set a long order. I'll set trails, and then that's immediately all I do. You run 10 to 15 points, I'm fine. I'll get out at the end. Whatever. You'll break highs. I'll go long. Let it run. Set. And then when you start dipping down again, I'll wait for another trade setup. I'll mark out my high. You break highs. 2 days later, I'll go long. Right here, did the same thing. Started dipping. I set my level there. Broke highs. I think you did it here. I'm pretty sure I traded this as much as I'm ashamed that I did this. But I think this happened during. No, this is during market hours. I did not do this one here. There is a shorter time frame that I did as well. But anyways, just rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. That's all I've done. Like, I have no desire to trade. I'm not like a long-term gold investor, right? I just know when the opportunity is there. But with commodities, I think that's how you have to be. If you find like, and I'm not saying there aren't people out there that just trade commodities and aren't successful. I'm not saying that. But I think it's a very difficult game to be in. If you're only trading like one commodity like all the time, like someone's like, I trade corn. I'm like, okay, like sure, like if that's go for it, I guess. Sure. But like if you want to trade something every day, I think Nasdaq is the best opportunity out there, right? But I think there's times where it's just like it's a very easy trade on commodities. So that's my viewpoint behind it. I think it's sometimes people will start trading gold because everyone's talking about it or trading oil, and it becomes a really easy trade. Like right now, gold's easy to just go long on. It really is. But when you don't understand what's happening or why, when the music stops playing and it slows down, and the trade doesn't go like it was straight up, people start losing money because they don't understand what's happening with the action, right? That's the problem, right? So yeah, I think buying options on gold is kind of crazy. It's the same thing as buying put options at lows on Nasdaq, right? You're paying a 10 times premium for an option contract. Like it doesn't make any sense. Just go trade futures. You're not paying any that's my whole like rationale, logic, like what I'm thinking, right? It's just finding the best deal, best opportunity out there. Like that's it. So, some people say, "Hey, are you trading options?" I'm like, if there's a good opportunity, yeah, but I'm not gonna buy a weekly contract on Tesla that's $7. That doesn't make any sense. Like, I'm gonna risk $5 on the downside of my contract, but to make $2, that's not a winning. Even if the trade looks like a lock, like that's not a good idea, right? Yeah. So, but yeah, trading options to me on gold not as logical. Doesn't make too much sense. I think it's just like you're getting pennies on the dollar for what you could be doing for just trading futures with probably less risk. So that is my personal opinion. Do what you gotta do. The ES chart here is actually really clean. Not gonna lie. This is a nice chart. If you hold below 52.50, you look really good. So they're long. I don't know what you're talking about, Zaxi. I have no idea what you're talking about. Dude, this is bad. I had to delete a level. I had to. There's no way I didn't. There's no way I did not. You're getting, man, you are getting into you're getting into some illiquidity. I'll tell you that right now. This is not good for NASDAQ and ES. So, oh, man. Possibly flipping this level here. You have NASDAQ already losing it. NASDAQ going for lows. Dude, I'm telling you, like NASDAQ, like bad. Not a good open. Not a good open at all. We'll see. You're getting some increased selling too down here. It's also concerning. We'll see. When you trade feature, do you chop trade or mostly swing? I trade my key levels. Trade my key levels and my zones I have marked out. Zanxi, I still have no idea what you're talking about. You said I'm new to trading. Which ones have positive data? I have no idea what that means. I went over earlier. I went over all the levels that I'm watching out. I'll be live in Discord in like 10 minutes too. I went over I call play guys. Please, like, anything that I like, I'll post in Discord. Like, it's the same thing I do every day, guys. Like, all you gotta do, like, I'm telling you right now, like, I know, like, I say the same thing every day here, guys. I believe it or not, I try to practice to a certain degree what I preach. Okay. I call up the trade. We call them out in trade ideas, more exact levels for premium members. We give you the technical levels as well for what we're looking at. Every day, I post exactly what I'm looking at, what I like. There's no secrets. There's no, guys, Jay just posted a watch list. Like, guys, there's nothing you got to, like, worry about here, guys. There's nothing, like, it's just, like, I don't have a secret binder next to me that's like Tyler's secret place. Can't mention him to Discord even. Like, I know. If I like something, I talk about it. I post it. Just, if you're not active, then you're not active. Tap in. I don't know. Like, what? He's like, hey, can you tell me how the market's going to move before the market opens today? I'm like, no, can't do that one. I forgot that I didn't put any points in that skill tree. But so far, you look weak. I mean, you do look weak. Excuse me. Yeah, starter plan right now, dude, that's crazy how cheap that is. Holy crap. That's nuts. Slow down. Yeah, dude, you look so weak here at open. Yeah. I don't know, bro. My fun feature. I don't know if they're like they're getting doing some sales because competition and stuff. Bunch of new forex. I mean, bunch of new features. Profit from stepping into the game, and they're pretty big players, so it's gonna be interesting. All right, guys, I'm about to hop out. If you have any last questions, let me know. I'm looking to see if we're gonna break down here at open though. You have 20 minutes till market open, so we'll see. But so far, you look pretty weak. If you have any questions, let me know before I hop out of here. I'm about to hop out the 3-4 minutes. Oh, man. If not, oh good. All right, I'm out of here. Appreciate it. Links down below. Have a good one, boys.